Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी आए सो हमारी आए, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करना टक्कर, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ even zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. सता सौम्य तदा संपन्नो भवति इति लिंगोपाधि संबंधकृतं विशेषात्मस्वरूपमुत्सृज्य अविशेषे स्वाभाविके आत्मनि एव केवले वर्तते इति अभिप्रायः. When one goes to sleep, where this one who sleeps, where does he go? Where the Jagrat Purush, the Vishwa, who wants to go to sleep, where does he go? See, is the question. And in reply it was said, Lingopadhi Sambandha Krutam, when we are conditioned or associated with any upadhi, like a man associated with the upadhi of wife, so he is called husband. Now who is going to sleep? He is tired of his wife, constantly nagging. Therefore the husband wanted to go to sleep. Now the question is, when the husband goes to sleep, where does he go? Does he go to his mother's place? Does he go to the hotel? See? Then it is said, Lingopadi Sambandha Krutam. He, the husband, is man with the conditioning of the wife. So, Lingopadi Sambandha Krutam Visheshatma Swarupam. So, man is Nirvishesha and husband has become Vishesha. So, the Jiva, Vijnanatma, associated with the Linga Deha, subtle body, he gives up association with the subtle body. Usruja avisheshe swabhavike atmani. Then he comes back to his own non-specific, nirvishesha being. Now can we explain it in any other way? That when a husband goes to sleep, he goes back to the man. Now what is the meaning of this sentence? That means, where was the husband? Husband is only an imaginary expression of man. It is not real. This we have to understand. Otherwise we will get lost. Yada sharira indriyadhyakshatam utsrujya tada asau swatmani vartati iti katham avagamyate. Now the question is used that when he has given up association and a lordship over the body and indriyas, etc., then tada aso satmani vartate iti katham avagamyate. How do we know that he has gone back to the absolute self? How do we know that the husband has gone back to the man? Katham? Nama prasiddhya. Upanishad says, because of the name. What is the name given? Kaha asau nama prasiddhi? इत्याह तानी वागादेर विज्ञानानि यदा यस्मिन् काले गृह्णाति आदत्ते अथ तदा एतत् पुरुषः स्वपीति नाम So when he has withdrawn from all the sense organs, all the faculties, and gone back, then he is called as Swapiti. That means, where is Guptaji? No, sleeping. So Guptaji is no more Guptaji, he is sleeping. Swapiti. See, the meaning of the word Swapiti is he is no more specific, Visheshata Yukta. He is no more conditioned expression. He is the absolute being. See. Therefore, ityaha tani vagadir vijnanani yada yasmin kale grunati adati ata tada etat purusha swapiti nama etan namasya purushasya tada prasiddham bhavati. So, the specific person, the husband, has now become a sleeper, swapiti. So, swapiti means what? एतन नाम पुरुषस्य प्रसिद्धि गौणम एतम गौणम एव अस्य नाम भवति देन इट इज हिज गौण नाम इट इज नॉट द रियल वन स्वम एव आत्मानम आत्मनि अपिति अभिगच्छति इति स्वपिति उच्यते बिकॉज नाउ द हस्बैंड हैज गॉन बैक टू द मैन द जीवा द विज्ञानमया द enjoyer or the sufferer, he has gone back to the deep sleep, meaning he has gone back to his own self. Therefore, he is called a Swapiti. Now, Satyam Swapiti Nama Prasiddhya Atmanaha Samsara Dharma Vilakshana Rupamo Gamyate Na tu atra yuktihi asti iti ashankyaha. Now, there is no logic in this thing. See? Now be attentive. Many times what happens, we have taken all these things as real. That means husband is real, man is real, and then we try to establish the contact. The purpose is to recognize the non-specific, undifferentiated presence. That is the purpose. Then what happens? So when we go to sleep, we are nobody, agreed, but when we wake up, so if I slept as a doctor, I don't wake up as an engineer. Then how it comes? So simple rule is, where are those impressions? Those impressions are on the prakriti, on the mind. They are not on the pure self. Pure self is only illuminating. It is something like this. This room where I am sitting, there are so many things here, and light is there. So I am seeing all the things separated, distinct. Then I switch off the light. So this room becomes absolutely dark. Then nothing is seen. See? Absolutely dark, nothing is seen. Does it mean because the light is switched off, electricity is not there? It is there, then it is unmanifest. And when it becomes manifest, immediately in the light is the manifested electricity. So when the light is manifested, all these objects which were in this room before the light was switched off, they are still there. In the same manner, all the impressions which are gathered on the mind or the intellect in the subtle body, they continue to exist in the deep sleep. But the difference is now the pure conscious existence is no more conditioned by, influenced by those impressions. See, it should be very clear. In same sadhana then. So when we are seeing or hearing, see our mantra, Dekho suno mat bolo. See, knowing the truth doesn't mean that you open your eyes and you don't see. Then you are blind. See, knowing the truth doesn't mean, realization doesn't mean that you don't feel hungry. No, you feel hungry, you want food. The difference is only this much. Yesterday also I mentioned, body identification cannot be dropped. Then what is the problem? The problem is two ways. Only this body I am. This is one wrong notion. And the second one, this notion let us explain further. This body I cannot be. Why? Because I have not created the body doesn't listen to me, etc. Agreed. Is it not the same thing with other bodies? Other bodies also I have not created. Then they also don't listen to me. So this body I am not. then how can the other bodies be I be? So if this body I am, then other bodies also I am. So this association with the finite is Jiva Bhava. And dissociation with the finite, with understanding, is realization. So what is the dissociation? Yes, we are living through the body, but we are no more living as the body. Therefore, body's modifications, problems we go through with courage and endurance. This is the only spiritual practice. See how simple it is. Therefore, सत्यम स्वपीति नाम इति प्रसिद्ध आत्मना संसार धर्म विलक्षणम रूपम अवगम्यते. Therefore, when it is said swapiti, by this word, yes, the Atma is other than the problems associated with the relative world. Na tatra yukti asti iti ashankya. But there is no logic. Tatra swapakale गृहीतम एव प्राणो भवति प्राण इति घ्राणेन्द्रियम वागादि प्रकरणात्. So in the deep sleep, what happens now? All these things which were associated with the absolute self as the conditioning, all of them gृहीतम प्राणो भवति. He goes back to the prana, that means the घ्राणेन्द्रिय etc. all sense organs, they are withdrawn. See, what does it mean? Where from they have come? See, this is very subtle point. प्राणेति घ्राणेन्द्रियम वागादि प्रकरण वागादि संबंधे ही सति सद उपाधित्वा संसार धर्मित्व लक्ष्यते. When associated with the sense organs, mind, etc., then only the samsari dharma, that somebody is born. Vagadescha upasamhrata. But in deep sleep, what happens? All these sense organs, etc., they are withdrawn. Tada tena kasam गृहीता वा गृहीतम चक्षुर गृहीतम श्रोत्र गृहीतम गृहीतम मनः तस्मात् उपसंहृतेषु वागादिषु क्रियाकारक फलात्मत भावात् स्वात्मस्थ एव आत्मा भवति इत्यवगम्यते. Therefore, when in the deep sleep, this atma withdraws from all the conditionings. And what are the conditionings? These are potentialities. See, when there is a cataract on the eyes, where the vision has gone, it has not gone anything, it is still there, but it is covered by the cataract layer. So when the doctor removes the cataract, again the vision comes out. Vision is never destroyed. See, it is always there. In the same manner, as long as the instruments, prakriti, the indriya, etc., they are normal, again when the consciousness is expressing through them, again everything comes out. Like we switch off the light, light gone. Again we switch on, so light comes from the same filament, because the potentiality is still there. See, Maharaj, when the potentiality goes away, that means when the filament breaks, then even if there is electricity, it will not express as light. In the same manner, our body, all our faculties, they have potentiality, dormant, manifest or absent. So when the potentiality in the body to allow the consciousness to express as life is there, then the life will be manifested. Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti will keep on coming and going. But if the body loses its capacity to allow the consciousness express as Chetana, as life, then the body falls dead. But that doesn't mean Atma is dead. Because Atma never goes and comes. It's all coming and going in the self. In this manner, तदुपाधि संवृतेषु वागादिषु क्रियाकारक फलात्मता अभावात् स्वात्मस्थः एव आत्मा भवति इति गम्यते. Therefore, in the deep sleep, the Atma is free from the doer, done, the karma phala, the joy, the sorrows. All these things associated with the relative experience is totally absent. Now, after it is done, we come to the next verse. This is very simple, friends. It's not difficult. The simplest way is relax, relax, relax. Don't struggle. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. No need to interact. And even if you are interacting, don't take it seriously. Like we meet so many people. Now, if I keep on taking everybody seriously, I'll become mad. So, what is to be done? When we are with anybody, be 100%. And then when they go, then delete 100%. But what happens? We carry the burden. And then this burden is in the form of impressions. And these impressions keep on accumulating. Like the unwanted data in our phone. Then a day comes when the phone hangs up. In the same manner, when we hang up, we become frustrated. And then we start digging the past and forget the joy of the present. Therefore, the spiritual practice, we are very clearly indicated in our happy mantra. Dekho suno mat bolo, don't get involved. See? Who asked you? How many times we keep on talking about ourselves? I was born there, I went there, I studied. Who asked you? I am not going to do anything. I didn't ask you whether you want to do or not. Who are asking? See, in this manner, nanu darshana lakshanayam swapnavasthayam karya karana viyogepi samsara dharmitvam drishyate. Now a question is this. Then in the dream, see, there is no association with the body or the sense organs, etc. And yet in the dream, the dreamer goes through the same kind of experience like a samsari in the waking. यथा ही जागरिते दुखी सुखी सुखी दुखी बंधु वियुक्तः शोचति मुह्यते च. Like in the waking experience, when somebody is gone, died, etc., the dreamer also goes through these experiences, became happy or miserable. Shochati muhyate cha. He is also miserable and he become deluded. Tasmat shoka moha dharmavan eva ayam. And therefore be attentive. Therefore the dreamer is also associated with the samsara dharma. Tasmat, therefore, this Atma, what we are talking about, who has gone to deep sleep, is free from the samsara dharma. Okay, he is free from some. But the dreamer is associated with the samsara dharma. न अस्य शोक मोहा दया सुख दुखादयश्च कार्य कारण संयोजित भ्रांत्या अध्यारोपिता इति. Therefore, for the dreamer, all the problems, they are not imaginary, they are real, and he really suffers. See, now here the teacher gives reply in one line, one word, mrushatvat, mrushavat. Because the dream is not real. See, this is explained in the 18th mantra. Sa yatra eta swapnaya charati te hasya lokastadu eva maharajo bhavati uta mahabrahmana ute vocha vacham nigacchati sa yatha maharajo जानपदान गृहीत्वा स्वे जनपदे यथा कामं परिवर्तते एवं एष एतान प्राणान गृहीत्वा स्वे शरीरे यथा कामं परिवर्तते. स प्रकृत आत्मा, this atma, what we are talking about, yatra yasmin kale, when darshana lakshanaya swapnadya swapnavrityascha charati, when the absolute self is illuminating the dream. See, charati is going in the dream experience. Tada te hasya lokaha. These are his experiences. Karma phalani. See, meaning what? When we are, be attentive, when we are interacting with anything or anybody, and if impressions are formed in the mind, those impressions are latent and potent in the mind, which are used as the object of experience in the dream. Impressions only, not the real one. And impressions are exactly like the real. Like the picture of a man looks like him. The reflection in the mirror is like the person who is reflected. Therefore, sa prakrutatma yatra yasmin kale darshana lakshanaya swapnaya swapna vrittya charati. So what is the swapna vritti? Experience of the dream. Tada ha asya loka karma phalani. So all the experiences that he goes through are the results of his karma in the form of impressions on the mind. Kete, what are those? tat tatro tapi maharaja iva bhavati soyam maharajatvam ivasya lokaha. See, therefore he goes there through the experiences as if he is a maharaja, because when he was living daytime, he has seen some movie or something, and he says, I wish I can be the king. What a joy it is. See? We have seen this thing in our Yoga Vasishta. When there was one, what is that called? Sripada Sri Vallabha Charitam. In that, this type of story comes. And this story also I read in the life story of Shankar Maharaj. There was one person who was just giving colors to the cloth, Rangari. So when he was there, he saw that time, maybe about 500, 600, 700 years before, he saw the procession of a king, and he was watching from a distance. That time a thought came in his mind, I wish I can become a king at least for some time, at least for one life. And after that he died. But this impression on his mind was so deep that in the next life he was born there. And he did all good and bad, because he was again born as Muslim king only. And after that, then he was killed. See? So that time, this Mahatma tells him, you had dreamed like this in last life, therefore you were so and so. Because you dreamed that you want to be a king, therefore now you cannot be more than that, because that was only your dream. So you came out of one dream and entered the other waking dream. See, according to Mandukya Karika, we are all in dream. Deep sleep is the real sleep. Waking and dream, both are dreams only. And awakening is to know the truth. So what we call Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti, according to Mandukya Upanishad, Jagrat and Sapna, the waking and the dream, both are dreams. Because Tattvasya agrahanam nidra. Not knowing oneself is sleep. And anyatha grahanam, and mistaking ourselves to be something else, what we are not, that is called a sapna. Is it not true? The dream we understand as a dream. In waking also, is it not dream? I am a man, but I consider myself to be son, to be husband, to be brother, to be father. And who is miserable? These dream characters are miserable. So as when the dream is over, all the problems disappear. In the same manner, when we go to sleep, so the waking dream is over and all problems dissolve. But this is a temporary realization. It is not permanent. Understand, my friends. We have to practice this. Nobody can do it. See? Therefore, in the dream, tatropati maharaja iva bhavati. Therefore, in the dream, he becomes like a maharaja. Soyam maharajatvam ivasya lokaha. And then the moment he taken the position of a maharaja, then he becomes a king and moving in the dream. Na maharajatvam eva jagrata iva. But he is not a king like in the waking state. He is a king only in the dream. See? Tatha mahabrahmana iva. Similarly, like a great wise man, mahabrahmana iva. Or uta api uccha avaccha muccam cha. Or he goes in the higher and the lower yonis. Cha devatmadya vacham cha. And similarly, he goes to the higher world, he becomes the Varuna, Indra, etc. Or Tiryakatvani, he becomes the animal, plant, etc. Uchcham iva vacha iva cha nigachati. And thus he goes through in the dream all kinds of experience. Mrusha eva maharajatvadayo lokaha asya. Therefore, all these, whether he experienced himself as a king or a wise man or a lower expression of life, these are mrisha eva. They are not real. Iva shabda prayogan vibhichara darshanachya. Iva means as if, not real. And therefore they are subject to change. They are not stable. तस्मात् न बंधु वियोगादि जनित शोक मोहादि भी स्वप्ने संबद्धते एव. देखो, therefore in the dream when somebody died so near and dear, the miseries that are experienced in the dream, they are not real. The moment waking happens, all the miseries of the dream disappears because the whole dream has disappeared along with the dreamer. See? Nanu cha yatha, now a question is raised. Nanu cha yatha jagrite jagrat kalat vyabhicharino loka eva swapne pi tasya maharajatvadayo loka swapna kala bhavinaha swapna kala vyabhicharina iti atmabhuta eva natu avidya adhyaropita iti. Now he is raising a question. Yatha jagrite jagrat kala vyabhicharina lokaha. See? Like in the waking experience, the experiences of the waking world are stable. They don't change. They are avyabhichari. They do not undergo any change. They continue to be. Waking is experience. Our house is experienced every time, house only. Bed is experienced, bed only. In the same manner, तस्य महाराजात्वादय लोका स्वप्न कालीन भाविना स्वप्न काल अव्यभिचारिणा आत्मभूता एव. See, in the same manner, like waking world is real for the waker, in the same manner the dream world is also real for the dreamer. Natu avidya adhyarupita iti. But they are not only imaginary projections. They are not adhyaropita avidya. Not superimposed by the ignorance or incomplete knowledge. See, this is the question raised. न तो जागृत कार्य कारणात्मकम देवात्मकम च विद्यारोपितम न परमार्थता इति व्यतिरिक्त विज्ञानमय प्रदर्शनेन प्रदर्शितम. See, during the waking also, dehendriyatmatva, that I am the body, I am the seer, I am etc., and devadatmatva, and also I am the one who has got the various faculties, the sense organs, etc. This is also superimposed on the absolute. So what this person is mistaking? He is agreed that the sense organs, etc. are real in the waking. So also in the dream also, no. In both the places, in the waking as well as dream, the worldly objects and the sense organs through which we come in contact with the world, both of them are only imaginary projection. They are not real. See, what is imaginary projection? And as a result, what happens? A man projects that this girl is my wife and he gets married. So what happened? In his projection on the girl as a wife, a husband is born. So has the husband come from outside? Is he real? Avidya. It's only through imagination he has projected. Therefore, one has to tat katham drushtantatvena lokasya mrutaiva eva jiv pradurvavashyati. Therefore, the experience of the waking is experience in the waking, so also in the dream it doesn't happen. See, friends, in yesterday's dream I had gone to Rishikesh, and in today's dream I have gone to a movie. So when I went to Rishikesh, I was a meritorious dreamer. Then I got to a movie, I was a wretched one. No, they have no relation. See? Therefore, विज्ञानमये व्यतिरिक्ते कार्यकरण देवतात्म प्रदर्शनम अविद्यारोपितम एव शुक्तिकायाम रजत्वम इति दर्शनात् इति दर्शन इति तत्सिद्ध्यति व्यतिरिक्तात्म आत्मा अस्तित्व प्रदर्शनेन न्यायेन एव न तु तत्वशुद्धि परत एयया एव न्याय उक्तः. Therefore, where from the silver has come out of the shell, where from it has come? Maharaj, it appears but doesn't exist. So this question, where from the shell has come, where from the silver has come on the shell, is a redundant question. See, similarly, where from the dream has come, it has not come, it is only appearance, doesn't exist. Therefore, tu tad vishuddhi prataya eva nyaya yuktaha. Therefore, the purpose of our studying is only this, that we have to recognize that swapna is only न तावत् स्वप्ने अनुभूत महाराजात्वादया लोका आत्मभूता आत्मनः. Therefore, all the experiences we have gone through as a Maharaj, etc., these are only at the level of the mind and not in the absolute reality. Atmanah anyasya jagrat pratibimba bhutasya lokasya darshanat. So whatever experiences we have gathered in the waking state, big impressions on the mind, they are only the object of experience in the dream. Maharaja eva tavad vyatastuptasu prakrutishu parjankeshayanaha स्वप्नान पश्यन उपरहम समुकर्णः पुनरुपगति प्रकृति महाराजमिव आत्मानं जागृत इव पश्यति यत्रागतम भुजानिमिव च भोगान. See, I was thinking what happened suddenly. Dream has come. So, the one who was sleeping on that bed and the one who was going through the dream experience, they are separate. See, waker is Atma associated with the gross body and the fictitious personality is born, a waker, Jagrat Purush, Vishwa. Then the same Atma associated with the subtle body and its modification, a second person is born, the dreamer, the Tejas. And then in the deep sleep, the same Atma associated with the absence of the earlier two become the deep sleeper, the Prajna. Therefore, this Atma, the Paramatma, the Brahman remains the same. Its association with these three conditionings makes it appear as if he has become waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, but although he is going through these three kinds of experiences, he doesn't get corrupted, he doesn't get influenced by what he is not. So, the man is not influenced by the husband, the man is not influenced by the son, the man is not influenced by the father. If he is able to practice this, he is walking a spiritual path. But if the man is influenced by the son, husband and father, he is a samsari. Now tell me what sadhana this dumb fellow has to do. Only sadhana is Karnataka. Don't get involved beyond limit with anybody or anything in this world. We get too much involved. See, don't get involved. There is no need. See? Therefore, suptasu prakrutishu parjanke shayanaha swapnan pashyan upa samvrutam antakaranaha punarapi apagata prakrutim. Therefore, the Maharaj was sleeping on bed. He is sleeping there, all the people are there, his servants, etc. And yet he is seeing the dream. But that dream is not seen by the other people. He is seeing the dream. See? Therefore, there is someone who is other than the waker, and as the waker has gone through good or bad experiences, the dreamer also goes good and bad experiences, but both of them are expression of the same Paramatma because of the identification with the gross and the subtle body. And therefore, unless there is someone who is supporting both of them, there is no possibility of anybody coming and helping us. See? Now, the sleep is made to understand. Very simple. We have seen the waking, we have seen the dream. Now we come to the Sushupti. दर्शन वृत्तौ स्वप्ने वासना राशे दृश्यत्वात् तद धर्मता इति विशुद्धता अवगता आत्मनः. So when we are explained and analyzed the experience of the dream, there we have come to know that these are the experiences of the impressions on the mind and they belong to the anatma, not the real, and thus Atma, although seeing the dream, he is not contaminated by the dream. See, so the son is not able to influence the man, the husband is not able to influence the man, the father is not able to influence the man. In case whom? In case of a wise man. But in case of the ignorant man, the son is making the man miserable, the husband is making the man miserable, and the father is making the man miserable. Man is the same. In one case, man is wise. In other case, the man is ignorant. See? This has to be clearly understood. That we all are many, relational, only because of association with the body. Nothing else. And nobody can help us in this. We have to ourselves understand. तत्र यथा कामं परिवर्तति इति कामवशात् परिवर्तनम् उक्तम्. So in the waking and the dream, yatha kamavashat, according to the desires, he keeps on moving in the waking and the dream. Waking is the struggle to fulfill the desire and going through good and bad experiences, and dream is also a struggle to experiences only in imagination, not real. This was said. Now, drashtu drishya sambandhasya asya swabhavika iti ashuddhata shakyate. Therefore, there is a possibility of mistaking that the drishya, the waker, dreamer, etc., and association with the world is real. See? Therefore, it is ashuddha. Therefore, Atma is ashuddha. So, the husband is the impure man. The son is the impure man. No, there is no possibility of impurity in man because he is never a husband or a son. He can be considered impure if that son and husband are real. They are not real. See, like an actor on the stage. He is a king. So is he rich? No. But he is the king there. Yes, but he is not real king. He is only playing the role. See, drashtu darshana sambandhasya asya association of the pure self with the relation between the seer and the seen. Swabhavika iti, it is natural and it does happen. Yesterday also I told you, you cannot stop body identification. You cannot stop it. Then what is to be done is only this much. Recognize this is not real. See? Don't take it as real. Like when we look into the mirror, we don't take the reflection in the mirror as real. Therefore, when we have to brush our teeth, we take the toothpaste and brush and we don't apply on the mirror. We apply on our teeth. Exactly the same way. We use the body, we use the mirror for every makeup. But that doesn't mean we are doing makeup to the reflection. No. Exactly the same way. See, friends, we are living through the waking experience as mother, father, brother, rich, poor, man, woman, educated, uneducated, healthy, unhealthy. But all of these are only with the upadhi in the mirror, not to me, who is outside the mirror. So, darshana, drishya sambandha chasya swabhavika iti ashuddhata shakyate. Therefore, this is impurity, this is possible. And therefore, ataha tad vishuddhi Vishuddhyartham aha. Therefore, no, this Atma is untouched by the Jagra Sapna Sushupta Purush. See how important is this, my friends. अथ यदा सुषुप्तो भवति तदा न कस्यचन वेद हिता नाम नाड्यो द्वासप्तति सहस्राणि हृदयान् पुरीततम अभिप्रतिष्ठते ताभि प्रत्यवसृप्य पुरीतति शेते स यथा कुमारो वा महाराजो वा महाब्राह्मणो वातिग्नि आनंदस्य गत्वा शयति इति एवं एतत् शेते. Now here the teacher continues. Atha yada sushupto bhavati. When this man goes to sleep. Now here also yesterday I gave you this homework. Who goes to sleep? When the father dies, who is miserable? The son cannot be miserable because without father he is not a son. When the wife dies, who will become miserable? Husband cannot become miserable because without wife he cannot be husband. See? In the same manner, who goes to sleep? If he is not identified with the body, he cannot be the waker. So waker cannot go to sleep. Therefore, in the deep sleep, there is no waker. But sleep is there. The dreamer also cannot go to sleep. Then who goes to sleep? See, friends, this inquiry is spiritual practice, not mechanically doing the things. Atha yada sushupta bhavati yada swapnaya charati tad api vishuddha eva. So when he sleeps and when he is going through the dream, that time also he is pure. See, because this subtle body conditioning is superimposed on. Is atha puna yada hitva darshan vrutim sapnam yada yasmin kale sushupta sushtu suptaha samprasadam swabhavyam gata bhavati salilam iva anya sammadaka anushya hitva swabhavena prasidati. Here beautiful example is given. So after finishing the dream, Atha yada punar hitva darshan vrittim sapnam. So after the dream is rejected, yada yasmin kale sushupta sushtu suptaha. Then he is in a deep sleep. Samprasadam sabhavyam gataha bhavati. Then he goes back to his natural bliss. Sabhavyam gato bhavati. Example, salilam iva anya sambandha kalushya vitva. Like the waters. All the impurities born out of the water is cooled down and the waters are absolutely clean and steady. Now where from the impurity has come in the water? From the water itself. It has not come from outside. The moss which is covering the surface of the water, that moss has not come from heavens. It has come out of the water only. And after it has come out, it covers the waters. Exactly the same way. Clouds are born because of the sun. And the same clouds cover the sun. Similarly, salilam iva anya sambandha kalushya hitva. So, dissociating with all the things associated with the water, swabhavena prasidati. In the same manner, impurity of the gross body, subtle body, when it is rejected, then the Atma comes back to his essential nature. Then kada supto bhavati yada yasmin kale na kaschan na kinchan ityartha. See? When does he sleep? See? Yada yasmin kale kaschan na kinchit eti artha veda vijanati kasyachana va shabdade. So in the deep sleep, when he attends, he knows nothing. No object, no nothing. Kasyachana va shabdade sambandhit vastvantaram kinchan. Similarly, the objects indicated by the words, so neither he understands, knows the words, nor the words indicating the object. Na kanchan veda adhyaharyam tu. And therefore, here he is not able to see anything. See. In this manner, evam tavad vishesha vijnana bhave susupto bhavati ityuttam. Therefore, here it is said, in the deep sleep, in the absence of the specialities associated with the absolute reality, he is no more a jiva. See? Now the question, kena punah kramena susupto bhavati iti uchyate. Now how does he go to sleep? See? Hita nama, hita iva one namnyo nadya शिरा देहस्य अन्नरस विपरिणाम भूताः ताश्च द्वासप्तति सहस्राणि देहस्वस्त्रे अधिके सप्तति सहस्राणि वा द्वासप्तति सहस्राणि हृदयात् हृदयं नाम मासपिण्डः तस्मात् मासपिण्डात् पुण्डरीकात् आकारात् पुरीततं हृदय परिवेष्टितम् आचक्षते तद् उपरक्षितं शरीरम् इह पुरीतच्छेदे नाम अभिप्रेतं पुरीत तम प्रतिष्ठन्ति इति शरीरं कृष्णं व्याप्नुवति अश्वत्थ पर्णराजा इव बहिर्मुख्या प्रवृत्ता इति. Now what is said, now where does this jivatma, when everything is discarded, he is no more a jivatma, so where is this body goes? So it is said, in the heart, from the heart, our bloody heart, there are 72,000 blood vessels or the nadis, they come out and they permeate the whole body. So this Atma, Shuddha Atma, who was expressing through the body and the mind, he goes back to his original position where he was permeating through all the sense, all the nadis. Therefore, there was life, but there was no body. When the body is born, when he becomes identified with something specific. So when he becomes identified with the eyes, he becomes a seer. When he becomes identified with the nose, he becomes a smeller. When he becomes identified with the gross body, he becomes a waker. So in the deep sleep, this pure consciousness who was expressing as a jiva, now the jiva bhava, waker and dreamer are dropped and he goes back to permeate in the whole body in the form of life only, or in the as in the deep sleep under anesthesia, or when you are in coma. So this is a state of life. There is no body. There is no joy, no sorrows. He has gone back to his blissful place. See? Example given, Kusnam Shariram Vyapnavati Ashwatha Parna Rajaya Iva. Like you take the leaf of a peepal tree and you see all the veins of that thing, they are extrovert from the origin of the leaf which is attached to the branch. From there they start and they are spread all over the leaf. In the same manner, this Paramatma is spreading all over through this thing, and this is how the life is maintained in the body. So Paramatma expressing in the body is life. This life getting conditioned with the gross body is a waker. The life getting conditioned with the subtle body is a dreamer. The life is not getting identified with the gross and subtle body is a deep sleeper. So all these three conditionings, they are superimposed on the absolute reality. See, nobody will be able to help us. Bhagavan said the same thing in simple words in Bhagavad Gita. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. Here also the same thing. See? Hrudayat hrudayam nama masapindaha tasmad masapindat purita pundarikan. Pundarika is the lotus. Pundarika kar, like the lotus flower. Puritam hrudaya pariveshta atmanam chakshate. So from here the Paramatma is permeating in and through the total body. So Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishta. Then Mattaha, and from me only Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. I only illuminate the Smriti, the dream, Jnanam, the waking, Apohanam, the deep sleep, and Chakarat Samadhi. Therefore, Sarvaisya Vedaihi Ahameva Vidya. This I is worthy of knowing and nothing else. See, the Upanishad is telling the same thing. Tatra buddhi antakarana se hridayam sthanam. Tatrastha buddhi tantrani iva itarani bahyani karanani. Therefore, intellect is the very heart. In this heart, the intellect first manifests. And therefore, when we have to say, I am telling you, so we bring our finger in the center of our heart, there I is born. So, तेन बुद्धि कर्मवशा श्रोत्रादीनि ताभि नाड़िभिः एतस् मत्स्य जाल वत् कर्ण शुष्कादि कुल्यानि स्थानेभ्यः प्रसारयति. Then from through these nadis, then all these faculties are born when this life goes in through as a buddhi, as a knowledge. See, prasarya cha adhitishtati jagrit kale. This is what happens in the waking. Now, tan vidyanmaya abhivyakta swatma chaitanya bhasaya vyapnoti. Now, be attentive. Now this Vijnanamaya has permeated in and through the total body, all sense organs, etc. Then in that, up to here it is inert. Intellect is inert, Jada Buddhi. Then in that, Tam Vijnanamaya Abhivyakta Satma Chaitanya Avabhasataya Vyapnoti. Then in this pure buddhi which has permeated in the whole body, in that the light of consciousness falls as Chidabhasa, and this inert intellect or the Vijnanamaya Kosha becomes enlivened. Till then it is not leavened, it is only inert. Therefore in the deep sleep the life is, but there is no enlivening of the intellect. And therefore there is nobody born. Sankochana kale cha tasya anusankochiti saha asya vijnanamaya se swapaha. And when in the deep sleep the vijnanamaya kosha is fully withdrawn, and therefore swapa, he is in sleep. Jagrat vikasa anubhava bhogaha. And when in the waking state, when it is expanding, it is experience of joy and sorrow. In this manner, buddhi upadhi svabhavanodaihi sa. So, whatever is the quality of the intellect, so is the experience of the waker. Example is given, chandradi pratibimba iva jaladi anuvidhayi. Like, if the waters are steady, reflection of the moon will be steady. If the water is shaky, it will appear as if the reflection of the moon is also shaky. In the same manner, when the intellect is steady, the buddhi is steady, the person, body is steady. When the intellect is disturbed, then the person is disturbed. Therefore, the quality of the intellect depends on the quality of the person. This is okay up to some limit. But if you go still further, when the water is reflecting the moon, and if the water is shaky, the reflection appears to be shaky, but is it shaky really? Because reflection is not the reality. It only appears. You cannot fish out the reflection from the water. Therefore, when the water is unsteady, then neither the original moon is disturbed by the unshaky water, nor the reflected moon is disturbed by the unshaky water. The original moon is not disturbed because he has nothing to do with the water, and the reflected moon is not disturbed because of the shaky water, because the reflection does not exist. Therefore, neither the Paramatma is miserable, nor the Jivatma is miserable. Then who is miserable? Bevakuf is miserable. See, Maharaj, there is such a lot and lot of exhaustive commentary on this. See, my friends, then the question comes, then where from this jiva comes out? So where does he go? We have seen. Now, the next question was, where from the jivatma or the jiva comes out? Now that is the next topic. And this next topic, we will take it maybe just few words and then we will take it exhaustively. Ko esha tada vibhutasya tada abhibhutitasya prashnasya prativachanam uktam. Now, in the deep sleep where he was, this was said. Anena cha prashna nirnayena yena vijnanamayasya svabhavata vishuddhi samsaritvam asamsaritvam cha uktam. So by this question, where was this jiva or vijnanamaya kosha? By this explanation we have come to know that vijnanamayasya vishuddhi asamsaritvam uktam. So vijnanamaya kosha becomes vijnanamaya or the jiva becomes the jiva only because of association with the identification with the limitations of body, etc. But when that is dropped, then he is immaculate pure. So Shuddha Paramatma, association with the Upadi becomes Ashuddha, then Ashuddha Paramatma is Jiva. Then miserable man is husband. See? Therefore, Uktam. Now, kuta etad agata. Now, where from it has come? Iti prashnasya apakarnartham arambha. Now, the second question was, where from this this samsara, this vijnanamaya kosha, the jiva, where from it has come? See? Meaning what? I understand. Vakar, he has gone to sleep, but he continues to be Brahman. Understood. Now the question comes, when again he wakes up, because the same person who has slept, he wakes up. So where from he comes? Where he had gone? See. Now this is a very tricky question. It is something like this. If you have gone to toilet, so you go to somebody's house, hey, Gupta ji is there? No, he has gone to toilet. Okay. Then you wait. Then he comes. Then you ask him, hey, where from you are coming? Will he tell, I am coming from London? No. I have gone to toilet, I am coming from toilet. See? What is the great question? Where from he comes? That means this man has misunderstood that the Atma has gone to sleep. That means he has gone to some place, some time, some condition, and from there the same Jivatma comes out. No. This is a very subtle point. And then this is explained in the next mantra, and that mantra details we will take in our next session. And the next session will start not from tomorrow. Let us see when it starts. You will get the information in due time. तब तक के लिए हमें आज्ञा दीजिए. Now our next sessions, both morning and evening, will be after quite a long time, maybe about 15 days or so. Enjoy. See the movies. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.